Shalom, everyone. This is Nichel Anderson, and I'm your host for my podcast shows, which I have two. And that's Nichel Anderson Short Stories and Beyond, and Surviving Your Journey Towards Success. So today I'm going to do a broadcast over both of my podcast shows to kind of give an update of what's going on, what to expect, and to keep you motivated to tune in and to share my podcast. All right, so let's get into this. Some of this updates is going to be overlapping of both of my shows and what have you. So here it goes. All right. And I do want to thank anybody that has been reaching out to me and supporting my shows and my projects. Thank you so much for that. Call out on that. And we're going to get into this. So there's a lot to cover. So hopefully this is not too long. This is basically my 5th season, and my podcast shows starts from September to May. So therefore, next month is my finale month, and we are going to talk about that as well. So to get into that, the first thing that I wanted to hone on is my music. My song was released March the 25th, 2022. And I'm very excited about that. If you haven't checked it out, please, in this description, you'll click that link, and it takes you right to Ditto, D-I-T-T-O, and it has all the platforms you can listen to my song. It can be Amazon Music, iTunes, what have you, Spotify. You have all those different types of platforms that you can go right there to your account and you can listen to my music. Please share as well. So that's When Love Was Divine, and it's a theme, it's a duet. I'm on the song doing the spoken word. I do sing a line there. I have a rapper. He's really beautiful melody about how we realize of the love that we have for someone, and we're taking that moment of time to be able to connect, to think about the good times and how we tried other journeys and it just wasn't work, and we end up finding one another again. So let's do this. So it's that moment of time when you're at a point in your life that you realize that your significant other, your soulmate, is actually the person that you need to be with. So I'm going to have another podcast. Specifically, I break down my lyrics. So I did wrote the whole song, including the rap part, and it's a part of my album. So my album is set to be released later this year in 2022. If that changes, I'll let you know. But it's my first song that I released, and I'll be very happy if you can leave any type of comment, positive. I'm just going to be real with you, okay? I've just been through a lot. I really need some positive energy coming back from y'all, okay? So with that done and said, do check out my song and follow MOLIAE, and the album, definitely check that out when that is released. So that would be later this year. And in the following different promotions I'm going to have regarding that. So it was something I uploaded on Instagram. Someone was lip singing it, so do check it out on my Instagram. That's MOLIAE 8. All right, so also I want to talk about my book, Mitsrayim, a Memoir of a Past Life in Ancient Egypt. Please check that out as well. If you already have, you can definitely go to Amazon, or definitely go. I'm asking you if you don't mind. If you read my book and you love it, talking about Egypt, Mitsrayim, a Memoir, definitely leave a review. I really need to get on that. And to encourage people to leave a review, leave a post. Hopefully it's positive. And yeah, please let it be positive. No more haters on that part. Definitely check that out, and I appreciate you. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move on to what I want to talk about. And I did mention about the lyric. I'll do a separate podcast on that regarding my song. But there will be some changes with my podcast. Both of my shows, I will be announcing that more so next month, finale, my last this season. So do take a look at that and listen to that actually. So it will be some changes I'm going to make to my podcast as I roll out all these other projects that I'm doing. Now let's get to the MOLIAE Short Stories. I know it has been a while since I released one, and that's basically leading up to me rolling out my music because I'm still on my dream path, everybody. And that is why I'm here in Atlanta, is to film my book, Mitsrayim, a Memoir of the Past Life in Ancient Egypt, an indie feature film. I know when you go to Facebook, it says movie. That was just me claiming it when I started my Facebook page. And I haven't did it yet. And, it's a journal that I posted on the homepage of facebook.com/MOLIAE. I have the link in the description. You can go there, follow me there on Facebook on that page. But I talk about my journey and how, I still have my dream. And that's why I, arrived here in Atlanta before the big boom of movies being done here. and the entertainment business, focusing on Atlanta as well in the epicenter now. But anyway, I just haven't got a chance to do that yet. So I am using different platforms to kind of not only broadcast that, but coming out with other things, mainly like my music. And the proceeds of that is going to go towards funding. And then we're going to talk about my NFTs, and that's going to be as well, a percentage of that goes will go to charity as well as towards my film, which is about my book that I came to Atlanta to do, and that's my goal. But MOLIAE Short Stories will return next month. It's the finale month, so it will be 2 episodes a month, and what that would be is May the 2nd, we remember the times. That will be episode 60, and then May 23rd, that's my last show for this podcast season, and it would be titled Of the Abyss, and Need Chooses a New Path, episode 61. So I'm going to be highlighting both of these episodes, particularly the last show, that's the big finale. Usually I have a special guest, so stay tuned if that's going to be the case, but nonetheless, that's the big show, May the 23rd. And then this particular month in April the 4th and April the 18th, with April the 4th, When is the Best Time? I'm so sorry. That's actually my other show. Well, you know what? Yeah, I do need to talk about that. That's for my Surviving Your Journey to Success. Let's talk about that for those that follow me on that podcast. So that's the finale month for that show as well. So May the 2nd for Surviving Your Journey to Success, I'll be talking about when is the best time to offer training. That's episode 113. And then I have on May the 23rd, my story, How to Get Peace and Happiness in Your Life. That'd be episode 114. So again, that's my other podcast show. I do encourage you to follow me on there. I have some very powerful, motivating podcast episodes that I release on that, and that's Surviving Your Journey to a Success. So those are the 2 things that's happening for my month finale. All right. Now, if we go over and we look at what we're doing in April this month for my Surviving Your Journey to a Success, April the 4th would be Why Creating Team Building Events Keeps Workplace Energy Positive, Strong, will be released on April the 4th. Then on April the 18th, same podcast show, Surviving Your Journey to a Success, that episode would be How to Be a Prestige Leader, right? So it's episode 112, and again, that's April the 18th for that show. All right, now for my Nichel Anderson Short Stories and Beyond for this month in April, on April the 4th, it would be Director Clip Notes, episode 59, Moments of Love of a Queen and King of Mitsrayim. So that would lead us into the month of May, next month, episode 60, which would be part of leading up to the finale, right? So again, on the Short Stories and Beyond, that would be for April the 4th, Director Clip Notes, episode 59, Moments of Love, Queen and King of Mitsrayim. And then we have in May the 2nd, it would be episode 60. That's another short story, MOLIAE Short Story, We Remember the Times. And then on May 23rd would be the finale, Of the Abyss, Henny Chooses a New Path, episode 61. And if we come back and focus on April the 18th, here for the short stories, our podcast, it will be Director Discussions. What are the best podcast episodes? So I go through those so you can kind of take a look at if you haven't already listened to them, and then definitely recommend them. Share it. All right. Okay. So just to recap, next month is my finale. Okay. And that's when I focus on the shows and really touch about the different things that I talked before on both of my podcast shows to bring it into focus, like a wrap up in that sense. So I highly encourage you to tune into that and to share it. All right. Let's move on to my NFTs and my MOLIAE Token. I kind of hinted a little bit on my social media. So my NFT collection, it will be announced soon. The goal was for this year. It might roll into 2023. It's a big project, but I'm really looking forward to that. And my NFTs is going to focus on, of course, ancient Egypt, and we're going to tie into my book, Mitsrayim, a Memoir of a Past Life in Ancient Egypt, and kind of get into, it's going to be 3 collections. So they will be released at different times. I will have more information about that posted. And so just keep an eye and look on that. So I'm very excited about that when that do roll out. And the charity that I want to focus on is education and the environment. So do go to MOLIAE.com. And on the homepage, I definitely give you a brief of it and what's to come. So definitely sign up for any updates, and you can click where you can just say, sign me up and to the email, to the newsletter, and you'll be able to keep up to date that way as well on the NFT collection projects. And with that, I also want to touch on the MOLIAE Token. That's very new, and definitely look forward to that when that is rolled out. All that's looped together, and it's just coming all into focus, into the 360, where it's a giving type energy, in a sense of where with the financial tools attached to the NFTs and the message that I'm going to be relaying with my collection makes it a whole complete package for any investor that want to invest in the MOLIAE world. All right, so we talked about that, and definitely if you want to just email info@molie.com, you can put in the subject heading all in NFTs token and you'll be signed up that way if it's more quicker, or go to the website and you'll see where you can put your email and you can sign in to get updates. All right, now let's focus on the W.E.B. Bois essays that I started reading for my Power of the Week last February. I will have the dates of when I will start part 2, when I just did part 1, because his essays are long. So that will continue if you really enjoyed my reading of W.E.B. Du Bois, Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois. That will continue. So look for a date on that, probably during the summer months. And again, if you're just joining me, our podcast is from September to May. And then for the summer, I'm on break for 3 months. Then I'll return back for my season in September. All right, the other thing is the live stream. So I did a live stream during the week to celebrate my first song that I released on March the 25th. And I did that for the whole weekend. So I will be doing another live stream, and stay tuned for that. It's going to be on YouTube. So if you haven't joined me, follow me, please do on YouTube, which is youtube.com/MOLIAE. And those live streams are going to be themed with music, definitely the music of MOLIAE. You'll get some free samples of what songs are going to future be released. Definitely not, of course, of the album yet, but type of music that is, in the groove. So we call the MOLIAE Groove Playlist. If you're an artist and you have music that you think will go in line with that, definitely email us a sample, and you can go to info@molie.com and just say my music submission for the playlist, right? So you can do that, and we can consider that. And the next time we do a live stream, we can take your music and put it in the list and play it live stream. So that will be happening soon and often, that I would do a live stream. We was trying to see maybe we could do 24/7. Right now we're just probably going to do a couple of hours, and then later we might do a 24/7 type loop of that lofty, just chilling with your boo or with your friends or what have you. But definitely, focusing on relationships and love, and how we fall in love, and how we struggle with love to understand and be together, and all that good stuff, all that, interesting things, and having music to go along with it while you're chilling, All right, so definitely, I'm very excited about the live stream on YouTube. And if you haven't followed me there, please do. All right, so now we are going to focus on, if you want to be a guest on my podcast shows, please go to info@molie.com. That's for short stories I did with ancient Egypt, of course, like I mentioned in my book. Or you can go to info@NichelAnderson.com, and that's for my Surviving Your Journey to Success. If you want to get on the show, let's say you haven't really, if I haven't wrote a book, I haven't did this or this, I just kind of like your topics, and I would love to be a guest to just talk about my experience. Do it. I love doing guest interviews. I really end up learning always something unique. I think I had one guest that it was hard to kind of get information of them really opening up. They was kind of taking it as if it's like a business type thing. But nevertheless, most of, not all, it's always something that it's an engaging type, sharing type experience. So please do. That you would love to be interviewed on my shows. And you can send it to either one to be considered. You'll get a form link to fill out, and then we'll reach out that, hey, let's do this. Okay? All right, so the other thing is going back on MOLIAE Stories. Eventually, when I first did the podcast with MOLIAE Short Stories, because that's really prime, is that I connected with, got that platform, but I was doing clip snippets, and then you'll have to sign up, and there was a fee to be able to get the rest of it. Then I got busy, and I'm just going to release the short story so I can be able to get it done, because it was a lot of work. Well, eventually that's coming back. It's going to be on a different platform where I'll be doing clip snippets, and to get the full story, you will have to become a member to get that prime delivery of content. For right now, I'm just releasing the full. But you can kind of notice that, well, I had other projects going on. I'm not able to release it as often as I have. And so going forward as well, I think with the content that I have already showed and people have access to, I don't think it's asking much that to get the full story, that there will be a premium attached to that. And that helps to put into my production and help me to create these projects that I was called to do and that I love to do, and I love filming. But I got a chance to do it, and I wasn't on the play thing there, stage play there. But anyway, that will be coming back, so look out for that platform. And I hope that if you really enjoyed my free content, that you will support me in that regard and become a member and be able to pay that prime amount to be able to get the full story and extra stories about MOLIAE World. Because it's a lot and it's interesting and you're gonna love it. All right, now let's focus on my live relationships shows that I do on Podbean. We had a wonderful time. The 2 shows that I did, I love it. People came out from all different parts of the world, and I need to make a notation in the description that if you speak more than one language, like you're bilingual, I need to get you on my panel. There was someone that was trying to communicate, and how the chats are, sometimes it goes so fast, I don't get to see it since I'm the host. But later I noticed they have a transcript, and I saw someone was reaching out, and I totally missed that message. So anyhow, if you can speak English and W.E.B, I believe, or even Spanish, I take that, please reach out to me. Go to info@NichelAnderson.com or info@MOLIAE.com that you're bilingual and you would love to be a part of the host panel. And you can be there in chat to help those who's trying to understand and want to communicate with me. So those live relationships, I will continue to do those. The next date is sometime in July. Just gonna let you know that tidbit there. It might change, but definitely, if not this summer, it will be going into fall season where my season returns. So look out for that. And let's see. And those were some good shows. A lot of people like that. So I love that they're reaching out and understanding that it's all about the communication between you and the person that you love. And sometimes it can be toxic, and we have to identify that, manage it, and see how we want to go about it. And then sometimes it can be wonderful, and we don't understand it's wonderful because we're too scared because of Mr. Fear. Don't know what Mr. Fear is? You got to check my show, Surviving Your Journey Towards Success. I got a couple episodes on that. But nonetheless, so they really like it, and I like it too, to talk about that, because it's family, it's love, it's life. And everybody want to feel in love and be in love. It's a wonderful experience, you know? So anyway, so that will return. So look out for that. And then the next thing, let's see, just to kind of wrap this up, is thank you so much for tuning in and following my show. I really appreciate it. I will be still podcasting. So what I mentioned earlier, some big changes are happening. It's for the best, as right now I see where I'm going with my purpose. So that will be announced soon. Continue to follow me on my social media. Definitely, I hope for your support of my NFT collections and my token, my MOLIAE token. I'm very excited about that. I did an awesome video clip with someone else, and it's on my Instagram and my Facebook. Well, all my social media, Facebook and Twitter. So definitely check that out. It's giving you a hint of what's coming, which is the MOLIAE token. And I'm so excited. Wait till y'all see the things. All right. Oh, and that's it. Thank you so much. My name is Nichel Anderson, and I appreciate you. And I appreciate all your support. Thank you so much. And I'll talk to you in the next one.